Hey there, YouTube. Gonna do a quick video here. I received a care package in the mail from Steve, aka Carter's Kids, and I just want to take a couple minutes, acknowledge it. He sent me this giant stack of Chicago Cubs base cards. There's more over here too. It was essentially like 7 team bags filled to just bursting with stuff. I'm not going to go through all of it. It's early 90s, late 80s for the most part, junk wax. People aren't interested in seeing all of that in every card, but I'm going to take a couple minutes, say thank you to Steve, acknowledge what he sent me, and just talk for a few minutes about some, memories of old cards and things. Got here Danny Jackson, 1991 Donruss. This is, that picture from the press conference where they signed him as a free agent. It's like going into that season, hey, you thought the Cubs had something maybe going? Yeah, they were terrible. But hey, and Doug DeCenzo, I've got to find out if I can send to him TTM, because I'm definitely going to send to him. He was such a fun guy to root for back in the day. It's like he played outfield and was a pinch runner. He's just an undersized guy, but played with a lot of heart. And man, when so many times back in those days, the Cubs would just be getting drilled. It's like 8-1 late in the game, and then we just decide, hey, you know what? We're gonna let DeCenzo pitch for an inning, just because we don't want to have to waste another relief pitcher here who's just gonna get shelled anyway. And what do we got here? Frank Castillo, just a guy I remember watching pitch and get rocked all the time. Hector Villanueva, just really fun guy, Big fat catchers. Everybody likes those guys. And it's like, yeah, especially if they can hit a little bit, which he did to some degree. Lance Dixon, one of the numerous pitching prospects of that era that just never could deliver. Gary Varsho, this was a guy I liked a lot. He was all-purpose, kind of a utility guy, pinch hitter. Would seem to get lots of hits for him late in games that would drive in runs, and that's a pretty big commodity back in the day. Jerome Walton, 89 Topps traded, cool looking card. For Rookie of the Year that year in 89 when they won the division. Lloyd McClendon went on to be a manager with the Pirates for a while. Mark Grace, Diamond King. Gotta love the Diamond Kings. They're so awesome. And this one here, it's a Frank Sawyer, 53 Topps. A throwback retro thing, reprint type thing. He was the National League MVP with the Cubs in 52, actually. So 53. Larry Boa obviously went on to become a manager as well. Just kind of picked out some cards I thought were fun. And this one, I am not sure what this is. It looks like it was hand cut, because there's almost like there's a border here that you can maybe see, like that black border to it. I am not sure what exactly this is from, but the card has like this blue tint, and it feels thicker, like it was cut from a box or something maybe. But it's just different. Like maybe it's a proof or something, but it's definitely unique. So just stuck out when I was kind of sorting through these cards. So Goose Gossage, Hall of Famer. Dwight Smith, he was the runner-up to Jerome Walton in the 89 Rookie of the Year ballot. Heathcliff Slocum. Now, if that isn't a porn star name, I don't know what is. Yeah. Mike Tyson, hey Mike Line TV, you know, you got a little name identity. Jody Davis. Les Lancaster. I was sentimental to all the guys that had roles on that 89 division winning team. And Les Lancaster was like the setup guy that year. Vance Law. It's like I've gotten him TTM. He was on the 88 team. I don't know that it was. Yeah, he was on the 89 team as well. That's right. And Doug DeCenzo again. Mike Bielecki was on that 89 team. Was like the number 3 starter. She had Maddox, Sutcliffe, and Bielecki. Whereas, you know, the mainstay of the rotation, and then whoever they would throw out there for that 4th day normally. Dave Kingman, Mad Power, Willie Hernandez. Oh, I better run it. Bill Buckner, Mike Harkey, Greg Maddox. All these guys I remember so well. Damon Berryhill. This is a guy that should have had a much better career, and it just didn't quite work out. And just injuries and stuff at that catcher position sometimes can really be a problem. And Mitch Williams, the Wild Thing. Such a fun guy. I need to send to him TTM as well, because there's Paul Ostemacher, Joe Girardi. Let's see. Marvell Wynn. This guy, it's kind of funny, and Steve Stone talks about this in his book. It was like Marvell Wynn, when he was like with like the Padres or whoever, the other teams, and he'd come and play in Wrigley Field. He was just another player. And then the Cubs signed him. And Harry Carey, from as soon as he was a Cub, every time Marvell Wynn came up to bat, he was Marvell Wynn from such and such high school in Chicago, Illinois. He was the hometown kid for on every WGN broadcast from every time for Harry. And then as soon as he was gone from the Cubs, it was nothing. But for some reason, Harry just, when he was with the Cubs, he just loved to play up that he was a hometown Chicago guy. Dave Martinez. I just remember like girls in my class, you know, when it's like we were going through cards, that this was a player that just girls thought was super cute. So I don't know why I remember stuff like that. Gary Matthews, the Sarge, Penguin Ron Say, Leon Durham, get your goddamn glove down. Jamie Moyer, dude that pitched forever. Some Sean Dunston. Ed Lynch worked in some baseball front offices, I believe. Eckersley. Another Grace. Don Zimmer. I wish he was still alive. I could send to him TTM. Man, I loved Zimmer as a kid. Rick Sutcliffe. Paul Marrow as a Cub. Nice little leaders card with Sandberg and Dunston. Keith Moreland. Bob Tewksbury. I remember we like destroyed this card. Me and some of my friends just defaced it just because we thought this player was so terrible. It's like we just drew all over it making fun of this card. It's like this card right here, Ryan Sandberg. This kind of unique little oddball thing. Now there's more Sandbergs. There's Steve Boucher.